From the KMNN studios, this is the Kids Morning News Network.
It's Monday, January 29th, 2024. I'm Alex in the KMNN studio in New York. Thanks very much for joining me. Hey, got any good ideas? Today is Freethinkers Day. This was the birthday of a man named Thomas Paine. He lived in the 1700s, and his ideas about freedom helped inspire the American Revolution. So some people celebrate Freethinkers Day by reading the Declaration of Independence. Whatever you do today, keep an open mind, and remember, all the great inventions, all the great books, the great movies, the great sports plays, they all started as an idea.
Aha!
In the headlines today, NASA's Ingenuity helicopter, which had been flying around on Mars since the spring of 2021, has landed for the last time. After 72 flights, NASA says the little drone damaged one of its rotor blades and can't fly anymore. Ingenuity was an amazing success, though. It went to Mars as an experiment. It was supposed to make 5 test flights over the space of a month or so, and that would be it. But here we are, almost 3 years later. It was the first aircraft humans ever flew on another planet. So thanks for everything, Ingenuity. Here's the latest from the Winter Youth Olympics in South Korea. Remember, these are the Youth Olympics, so all the competitors are between 15 and 18 years old. Lots of action over the weekend and more medals for Team USA. On Saturday, Elizabeth Lemley picked up a gold in women's dual moguls freestyle skiing, while Abby McLammon picked up the bronze. And in men's, Huff Porter got a silver. Yesterday, a couple of silvers in snowboarding in big air. Martin Oliver and Rebecca Flynn both got the silver medals. Congratulations, everybody. Today, the men's ice hockey team faces Czechia in the semifinal, so I'll bring you results from that tomorrow. On this day, January 29th, 1936, the first group of 5 players was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. And if you know baseball, and even if you don't, these are legendary names. Ty Cobb, who still holds the record for the highest total number of runs scored and batted in. Honus Wagner, who still holds a batting title that hasn't been broken. Christy Mathewson, who pitched 3 shutout games in the 1905 World Series. Walter Johnson, a pitcher who was an incredibly good sport and also a very good player. He still holds the all-time record for career shutouts. And Babe Ruth, who is, he's Babe Ruth. He's probably the best baseball player that ever lived. I'm going to have a baseball-themed poem at the end of the show. Time for today's riddle. On Friday, the riddle was, throw away the outside and cook the inside, then eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it? Corn on the cob. Today's riddle, what word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? The answer? Tomorrow. That's not the answer. I'll give you the answer tomorrow. Hey, do you like cicadas or cicadas? You know, the big buzzy flying bugs that live underground as nymphs and then pop up as adults and make a really loud chirp or buzzing noise? I hope so, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. One interesting thing about cicadas, or cicadas, I believe you can pronounce it either way. Some of them spend years underground, 10 years, 13 years, even longer, before they emerge as adults for one summer.
Hello!
They lay eggs that incubate underground for years and years again and repeat the cycle. Whole groups of cicadas called broods follow the same schedule, and scientists can actually tell the broods apart and tell how many years it's going to be before they pop up again. Anyway, so I asked if you like cicadas because this summer you might see a lot of them. 2 broods on different schedules are going to appear at the same time. One brood emerges every 13 years and the other every 17 years. Double cicada action. These 2 broods haven't emerged together since Thomas Jefferson was president. That was in the early 1800s. And they're not going to do it again together until 2245. So this is kind of living through a little bit of history here. What does that mean for us? That means billions of cicadas. One brood lives in Illinois, the other in the southeast, so they may not be in the exact same place at the same time, but there might be some overlap. You can actually help scientists track this hatch. There's an app for that. You can download it at cicadasafari.org.
Goodbye.
Looks like a pretty quiet day weather-wise. Some rain and snow in the northeast, fog in the middle of the country. Looks like Massachusetts, southern New Hampshire, and Vermont will see the worst of it. It's going to be a lot warmer. We're talking 50s and maybe even 60s in the northern Rocky Mountain front. And mostly clear skies everywhere. Should be a really nice day. In honor of the first class of players being elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, I want to end with a baseball poem. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I think this is the best baseball poem ever. It's called Casey at the Bat, and it was written in 1888 by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. It's actually a really long poem, so I'm just going to read the last verse. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Go out there and swing for the fences today. Thank you very much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow. From the KMNN Newsroom, this is Alex signing off.